Yo, 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 what's up, EXP family? I am so excited. Knolly Williams here. Super excited to hang out with you today. And what I want to talk about, by the way, I am live. I'm coming in live from Puerto Rico. So if I'm a little bit choppy, kind of forgive that. The connection here is a little bit iffy, but we're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk about listings. How do you get more listings? And by the way, I've got an incredible EXP Elevate coaching course coming up. It's launching right away. So you'll want to check that out. I'll give you the information on that in just a moment. But to celebrate that, I wanted to come live here with a level up and just share with you some tips and tricks on how to get more listings in this market. Now, if you haven't already seen, okay, you already know the NAR settlement is already upon us as far as the changes are coming up. We're in the midst of it all right now. And EXP has always been on the cutting edge. That's right. EXP has always been ahead of the edge. Okay. And when it comes to the forums, and I'm hearing a lot of information and chatter, even amongst the agents in my organization about the new forums. And I got to tell you, I absolutely love them. Why do I love them? Well, to begin with, the new listing form is 4 pages. Okay. Now you got to realize the one that the listing form that I've been using in Texas for the past 20 years is 15 pages. So we had a chance to go from 15 pages down to 4 pages. That's a big improvement. Now there is a little bit of confusion around the whole thing about, the buyer agent, the fact that we don't have broker to broker conversation inside of our forms. We have a completely separate form for that. And that's really not the point of this particular conversation that I want to have with you. I want to share with you how to get more listings. But I got to tell you that all in all, what you're going to see, okay, with our new forms is a cleaner way to do it. It's a cleaner way for us to articulate so we stay out of trouble with those attorneys, right? And the DOJ. We're actually doing it in full compliance with how the new laws are sort of written. So it's something to embrace. I'm super excited about it. It does give us a little bit more of a challenge where we have to articulate our value as agents. So how do we do that? And how do we get out there and start getting more listings anyway? Okay. So I want to give you a couple of things to think about. Now, when I got into real estate, I took a bunch of listings. I took over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in this business. In fact, by my 4th year in the business, I became the #1 real estate agent in Austin, Texas. And I tell you all that just to say that you can do it. Okay. You can, if I can do it, when I was a young kid, by the way, I don't have a college degree. I did not complete past 9th grade. Okay. So this is not something that you have to be afraid of or fear. It is a new game, a new level of fun to have with it as well. So how do you get listings? Okay. Well, what I want you to write down is that there are actually 3 buckets where all the listing leads that you ever need are going to come from. Only 3. Okay. Now, if you master these 3 buckets, guess what? Your life is going to be a lot more fun, a lot more exciting, and you're going to make a lot more money. So the 3 buckets are these. Okay. Write these down. Number 1. Now, by the way, if you're driving right now, don't write these down. Okay. You come back and watch this later. But number 1 is going to be your SOI, your sphere of influence. With everything that's going on in real estate right now, we have a refresh, a restart, a new reason to contact our SOI. It's like, hey, ring, ring. Hey, hey, Andrew, so glad to reach out to you. Now, I'm sure you've heard about all the changes that are going on in our industry, haven't you? And they may not, or they may have. They'll say, well, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, that's a great time to have a conversation. Or they'll say, yeah, I have kind of heard a little bit about it. It's kind of what's going on. You're like, you know what, Andrew, it's confusing. I'm a little confused as well. But what I wanted to share with you is boom, 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 right? And then you start sharing a couple things with them. And then you let them know, this is my tagline that I always like to use is, Andrew, by the way, I'm looking to help 3 families before the end of next month, or even if I can do that in the next 4 weeks. I got to help these families. They're looking right now, and I have a big problem. Maybe, Andrew, you can help me with this problem. And Andrew's going to say, well, what's your problem? Well, maybe I can help. Okay. You know what, Andrew? My problem is inventory. I don't have enough. I need more. And, I want to help these three families. Who do you know, by the way, right now that's looking to buy or sell? I'm the person. See, right now is the time for us to double down and really articulate our value, because you are not a commodity. You bring an incredible amount of value to the transaction. Remember, Jim Rohn put it this way: you get paid in direct proportion to the perceived value that you bring to the marketplace. So the more you bring up your perceived value, the more you're going to get paid. And guess what? We already know a lot of agents are running for the hills. Okay. They're jumping off cliffs. Okay. And I don't mean that facetiously. It's just the way it is. Okay. The industry has changed and it's become more like every other industry, in America. There's no other industry where you could go and say, hey, I'm going to hire you as my attorney, but could you pay the other side's fees as well? There's no industry like that. So now our industry's become sort of in line with every other industry that's out there, and we can show our value proposition and we can get paid a lot of money for it. All these agents that are running for the trees, the ones that are doing 1, 2, 4, 5 deals a year, they don't want to play this game. A lot of them don't. Okay. And if you're one of those, learn the game. Don't get scared. Don't run. Okay. Stay. It's going to be a lot more fun. All right. So, but the truth of the matter is the herd is being thinned, and you're going to have a lot more opportunity because people are not going to stop buying houses and they're not going to stop selling. That's the reality. It's always been this way. People have always bought and sold. And by the way, there's 3 different kinds of sellers. I want you to keep this in mind before we go to the next big bucket. Remember, your first bucket is your sphere of influence. That's where a lot, in fact, the National Association of Realtors says 70% of your business is going to come from your SOI. 70% from your SOI. I got a couple more thoughts on that, but looking at the time, let's keep moving because I want to get these to you in a quick, rapid fashion. Number 2, your number 2 bucket is going to be your farm. That's a geographical farm that you decide that you're going to take over. And that area should be kind of close by where you are, and the prices should be commensurate with the kind of money that you want to make. Okay. So, it costs the same amount of money to farm in the neighborhood of the 500,000, the 600, the 7, the 800s, as it does for the 2 or 300s, depending on what area you're at. Okay. So pick a good farm that's close by you that you can start to dominate in that. And in my new EXP Elevate course, I'm going to spend a whole week where I teach nothing but how to farm for free. That's right. FREE, my favorite 4-letter word. You can farm absolutely for free. And by the way, when you reach out to your SOI, that doesn't have to cost you any money either. Okay. I'm going to teach you some tactics and strategies, even to get your postcards paid for when you're farming. Okay. Now your third bucket, what is it? That's going to be your niche. Now, some of you say niche or niche. It could be either way. Okay. I say niche. I'm from Texas originally. So I say, well, not originally, but I lived in Texas for over 30 years. We like to say niche. You got a niche to get rich. There's a reason why a cardiologist in the medical field makes about $153,000 more than a general practitioner, yet they work 30% less. Okay. That's because they have a specialty. They're sought out, they're relevant, and they're in demand. They're not like every other doctor out there. You've got a special condition, then you need a specialist. And when it comes to niches, I actually teach 42 different ones. Okay. You got a niche to get rich. And here's the thing. A lot of real estate agents don't realize this when they see mega agents like myself that do 100, 120, 150 or more listings every single year. Okay. They think that we have some kind of secret sauce, some secret ingredient, that we're better than them. That's absolutely not the case. It's just, we have some well-guarded secrets that we don't want you to know about. And one of them is the 3 buckets. See, we don't have all of our leads coming from one place. We have, and by the way, all millionaires know this. If you want to become a millionaire, I became a millionaire at the age of 29. Okay. And I've made millions and millions of dollars since then. But if you want to become a millionaire, then you've got to have multiple streams of income. And that's what we're talking about with these 3 buckets. It's not that you're getting all your leads from one source. So let me just reiterate your sphere of influence, okay, your farm and your niche. If you have all three of those buckets rocking, you're going to have an absolutely rocking listing business. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in my EXP Elevate course. Now, I got to tell you, before I tell you more about the EXP Elevate course, I got to tell you that the reason why EXP decided that we're going to come out with group coaching programs is because we want our agents to, we're already the top producers in the industry as EXP, but we want you to produce even more. All that business that's being left behind, you know, the business, the agents that are leaving the industry, guess what they're leaving behind? Competition, right? They're leaving behind, sort of a space that who's going to fill that? You are. You're going to get that deal. Did you realize, you may not know this, but did you realize that 70%, over 70% of sellers meet with one agent before they list? Just one, right? So it's not like there's a lot of people that you have to compete with. You just have to have that at bat. Now, think about this for a moment. Most real estate agents don't specialize in listings. I started specializing in listings from day one because I knew that that was the game. Why don't most agents specialize in it? Well, I can tell you, in the research that I've found, it's just fear. That's it. What I'm going to help you do is get over the fear. You don't want to be afraid of this. You want to go in confident. Now, what gives you confidence? Well, you know, having experience gives you confidence, but what else? Having the knowledge and the information, okay, having Uncle Knolly in your back pocket, I'm going to give you the confidence that when you go into that listing appointment, you're going to be prepared. You're going to say the right things. You're going to do the right things, and you're going to get the listing. But even before that, how do you get the listing lead? That's the most important thing. And that's what the 6-week coaching program is really all about. How to get listing leads. So the EXP Elevate coaching program, it's launching. It actually launches tomorrow. Okay. You want to go ahead and sign up for it. 10 listings a month. It's Seller Lead Gen Bootcamp. There's the QR code right there. I am not going to leave any stone unturned. I'm not going to leave any secret untold. You're going to learn how to become a rock star listing agent in your market. You're going to learn the techniques that are working right now in this post-NAR marketplace, and you're going to get over the idea of having fear when it comes to taking listings. So, hey, Knolly Williams here, EXP Elevate Coaching. You go to expelevatecoaching.com and sign up for the course. Check it out. If you don't absolutely love it, you take 1 week and you're like, man, this is just not for me. Guess what? You get a full refund. If you don't love it, you don't pay. Okay. So look it up, EXP Elevate Coaching. We're here for you as things change, as we go into this new marketplace, as we navigate it together. Guess what? You're not only going to do as well as you did before, but you're going to do so much better. Now, a couple more thoughts I'm going to leave you with. Why listings? Why listings? Well, a research project was done some years ago. Some of you may know about this, done in 2003, where the top 100 listing agents in America were sort of sequestered. Okay. They were asked a lot of information. And what it came down to, at the end of it, there was a lot of information that came out. There was actually a book written about this. But what came out of it was that as a listing specialist, you will actually work a third of the time you will as a buyer specialist. Why is that? Because it takes 3 times as much time to work a buyer as it does to work a seller, right? So when you start taking over listings, guess what? You get your nights and weekends back. You get your time back. You get your life back. And if you highly leverage it, like I'm going to teach you to do, you'll have a whole lot of time to do things like spend time in Puerto Rico like I do, even with the choppy internet. So once again, EXP Elevate Coaching, we're here for you. I love you. I'm excited that you're going to accelerate in this new era of listings. That's what it's all about. I'm out. See you next time.